Star copies all. Go ahead. Message to observer. Alpha 3 rounds. AT delay in effect. 3 guns. Bravo 2 rounds. 2 guns. Smoke on effect.
Hey gang, good morning. It is 6 in the morning, Central Standard Time, May 6, 2021, Thursday morning. This is Options Millionaire. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this video. I'm just going to be going over today's thoughts for what's going to happen today and for what happened yesterday. Going over trade that yielded me 30% yesterday. Very well executed trade. Yesterday morning was a very unique day that the morning session, it followed the indicators to a T. So it was a very easy day in relation to what's been happening because it followed the indicators exactly. The afternoon session, not so much. It was a chop fest, hard to predict, and I did not trade the afternoon session. Luckily, I made 2 good trades, 11.2% and 30%. 2 trades in the morning. Worked out great. We're going to go over those. We're going to go over what I think is going to happen today. Right now, we're starting out on the 1-year chart, and things like still just trending towards bearish. I think that we are going to consolidate in this area here for a day or two, a couple of days, maybe a week. And then we're going to start a retracing down. So the 1-year chart here, you can kind of see right here, just the price action is telling you we after March 25th run up, we've been consolidating in this range, topping out in the 421 area, coming back down, and we're having some big support here at this 411 area, which is very telling. So when we do pop down here, we're going to be waiting right there to use that as support. And if we break that 11.411 support, then you can start seeing coming down the 408, 405 area. We're going to fluctuate up and down until we come back down here. But right now, the buyers are defending that area vigorously. You can kind of see in the volume here, the sellers have stepped in the past week. They're taking over, but the buyers are still defending key support areas that we need to be aware of. And then once those give way, that's when we start our downtrend. But here's a stack, the EMA stack. The 8 EMA is actually rounding over, and it's about to touch the 21. It's coming down to touch the 21, and that's going to be a key thing to watch is when those two actually meet. Right now, the price is here under the 8 EMA, coming down, bouncing off the 21. Squeeze momentum is cooling right here. You've got the first black square, so we're re-entering the squeeze, which is anticipated because we're staying in this range. Buyers and sellers duking it out. RSI topped out here, which we talked about last week, that every time it tops in this range, we start the downturn. It's starting to play out pretty well. RSI is on the decline, MACD's on the decline. The MACD line is under the signal line right here. So that's an indication that, once again, things are going down. Going to the 6-month chart and looking at the same thing. We have released the squeeze here on the squeeze momentum indicator. The 8 EMA is coming down below the 21. We're starting to reshuffle the stack of EMAs, which is a bearish signal. RSI is on the decline, MACD is on the decline, just everything pointing to another retraction. 3-month chart is all the same. The squeeze momentum popped up after some buying right here. It's starting to cool right there. RSI is dipping, MACD, all that stuff, same as before. And look at these. The whole stack of EMAs is sandwiched in right here. All 5 of them, plus the 200, is all sandwiched. So we got a key indicator coming up today and tomorrow and the beginning of next week. We have a key point. So if the buyers don't step in and at least take this back up to 219-ish, 220 to defend and hover, this thing's coming back down to 408 quickly. So we just need to be aware of what the chart is telling us, what the price action is telling us, which is volume, squeeze, momentum, and these EMAs. I mean, the price action is telling us that this thing wants to come down. So we need to be aware of that. Switching over to the 1-day chart, we're going to switch to the 1 hour first. 1 hour first, which 1 hour, let's see, 1 day. Let me make sure I'm on the right chart. And the 1 hour, good. All right, so yeah, all the EMAs are all sandwiched in here, which told us there that the seller stepped in yesterday afternoon and turned this into a chop fest all the way down. And then now we're currently sitting at the 415.20 level, and we have gapped up a little bit. Not quite, but not a lot, but a little bit. So we need to be aware of that, and I'll go over today's price action here. And then 15-minute chart. So you had this big V recovery. I had the soft in the morning, V recovery in the late morning, and then after this little chop down, and we finally ended the squeeze in the afternoon. So I didn't like trading that session because it was just a little unpredictable. And then of course, the 5-minute chart which is what I trade. And we're going to end at this chart here. We're not even going to go to the 1-minute chart, but see, everything sold off. All the indicators played out, bounced up, and then we ended this trade. And then it's funny. somewhere in the Discord right about here, someone asked me why am I not taking puts, even though the charts did say, hey, it's time to take puts. It's because of this crap. It's like, we know how SPY likes to finish, and that was 2:30 in the afternoon. I was like, I'm not even going to touch this, and of course, boom, it popped right up, and some people got smoked into the close. So I just knew there was a little volatility. Plus, we were right here. You see the black crosses, and we were in the squeeze. Like, I didn't want to mess with this. I already had 2 trades, 11.2 and 30% wins. I'm not going to force a third trade when I just wasn't comfortable with the setup, even though the chart temporarily said, hey, it's time to take puts. So anyway, that's all we got there. Right now, SPY is up 0.32%. Amazon is up 0.73%. Tesla is up 0.71%. QQQ is up 0.5%. Apple is 0.9%. No, I'm sorry. Tesla's up 2 point. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong chart. Stand by. Okay, let's do that again. SPY is up 0.18%. QQQ is up 0.36%. Amazon's up 0.25%. Tesla's up 2.8%. I thought they were going to take a hit today because there was a big news report yesterday that someone got killed in a two-person accident. So I thought they were going to take a hit, but they were up 2.5%. Apple's up 0.27, Facebook up 0.37, Netflix up 0.21, Google's up 0.14. So all of FANG is up, QQQ is up, SPY is up. The 10 years are slightly down. So everything right now is pointing to a slightly green open. I would say today's going to be an inside chop fest. I wouldn't say we're going to have a big move one way or the other. We recuperated yesterday's loss yesterday and then chopped in this area. So I would say another inside day before going into Friday. Friday is going to be a key day because that is Options Friday. I would anticipate the down day on Friday, but you never know. We're still at the top of the range here. We're still only a few dollars off all-time highs. Hovering in the 416 area at the moment. So we need to be aware of that. So right now, I'm going to go over yesterday's trade. In the morning, I did make 11.2% off of this little pop. I'm not going to go over that because that was more of a sentiment play. I guess you can call it a Dr. Phil play. But I saw the sell-off, and I saw some rebounding. My whole watch list was bright green at the time. I saw a little bit of buying coming in, so I bought here, and I sold it right there when things started to go. When I started to see this red candle form, I sold it right here. It was 11.2% gain that we all know what happened. This came down and slammed it. So I even posted in the Discord, like I made that call. I bought that call and made that money, but the charts look like garbage. I just didn't like the way it looked. That was just a sentiment play, quick in and out. I think I was only in play a couple of minutes. So then the chart came on down. I saw the squeeze bottom build. I didn't take any puts here because my watch list was still bright green. Things started to pop red when this happened, but I thought that there was going to be a rebound. There was just a little bit too much strength in the market to have this big old $6-7 loss that we've seen in the past. So I was confident the market was going to rebound. I thought there's just maybe some profit taking and just a little bit of sell-off, nothing crazy. And that's exactly what happened. So the 8 EMA came down and crossed all the other EMAs, and I'm watching this happen, and I'm watching to see which line it's going to form support at, and it came down and form support right here at the 415-ish level, which is where yesterday's pre-market. So what this was a gap fill. It filled the gap right here and formed pre-market as support. Now people ask, I'm going to go over this again. People ask, why does gap fills happen? And because gap fills don't provide any support. When you have a gap like this, the reason why it fills it because there's no support right here. Here in pre-market, there's been formed support with the volume coming in, the price action. When you have a gap like this, there's no support. So when the price fluctuates, boom, there's nothing to support that. It comes all the way down. And look, I mean, there's no coincidence that it formed the support right at pre-market levels. That's not a coincidence. That's just price action. That's where the orders are. So it came down, gap filled, formed support right there in yesterday's pre-market action. And then once I saw this 8 EMA, I saw it first. I saw the green hammer. And I was like, okay, I'm going to look for this area to start taking some calls because I knew the buyer stepping in. My first indication right here was boom, that I saw the dark red candle form, and I saw this 8 EMA start to come up, and I saw the price cross the 8 EMA. And this is when I took my call right here. And I entered these May 10th 419 calls, and I paid 98 cents a piece for these. And I was watching these very closely because I wanted to see the buyer step in, but I didn't want to see it reject. So I saw this 8 EMA cross. I saw this base form. I saw this pop. I saw it cross the 8 EMA and start to increase right here. So I saw the squeeze momentum start to decrease, which is a very good sign. A lot of buying action. I wasn't worried. Here I started getting a little worried because I start to see these little bitty nibbles start to get wicked out. You see these wicks. So I started to say every time the green candle formed on the 1 minute chart, they were getting sold off. So the 5 minute chart it shows these wicks. So I was starting to get a little worried about that. But then I saw the squeeze momentum start to grow. And then saw this red candle form, increasing, and boom. Right here it popped, And this is where I close. When I saw this green hammer here pop, I close it right here, and I close these calls for 127 for a 30% gain. Now, there was still some juice left in the tank. There was no indication to sell here on the chart. It's just I wanted to take my profits off the table. I knew what happened here. I was already at 30%. I had made a lot of money. I was happy with the 30%, so I elected to close. But they still had a little more juice left in the tank. There was nothing here to tell me to sell. It was just I wanted to take mine off the table. In hindsight, you could have gone more, but 30% is 30%. It's a fantastic win. ADMA started further increase, separate from the 21. Squeeze momentum didn't give a sell indication until here, and which is where they topped out at $1.46. So still a great trade. If you held on for that long, fantastic. I elected to take mine right after this green hammer because I wanted that nice round 30% number. Just part of my strategy. I'm a little more conservative, so definitely going to hold on for a little bit longer. Anyway, that is that trade right there. That's all I got for this morning. I just want to try to make another good trade like that today on a nice, good setup. We're going to wait for a quality setup for the chart, see what the chart's telling us right now. All right, here we are gapped up right here, this little gap. So I'm expecting some inside chop there. I would probably say a max of 417.75, somewhere in that range, and a low of 414.50. 414 is there's a huge supportive volume at 414, so that's going to be one key area to look at if this thing downtrends. And then, of course, we have the chart support with the Fibonacci's telling us the 411 range. So those are the key areas, 414 and then 411. Anyway, I'm Options Millionaire. Thanks for being here. Please like and subscribe this video. I've got a lot more educational videos coming out this week, not only for trading, but for general options trading, and then also some budgeting. I'm going to do some financial budgeting stuff for the younger guys. I've got some great tools that I've built over the years from my accounting experience and from trading experience with the sell products that I'm going to show y'all to try to not only grow your money, but to keep your money as well. So please subscribe to the channel so you get those videos coming out. If you got any questions, shoot me a message in the Discord, shoot me a DM or post in the input of the channels. And if you're not in the Discord, please join the Discord. A lot of great stuff going on there. Join me on TikTok, and then you can shoot me an email at optionsmillionaire2020@gmail.com. Thanks for being here. Let's close out this week strong, both today and tomorrow. Let's learn from each other. If you made some mistakes, learn from those as well. Don't make them again. And let's make some money together. Thanks for being here. See ya.